All right, here we go.
New Phineas and Ferb is here.
We're back, baby.
For 104 more days
I know what we're gonna do today.
of summer vacation.
I am ready for summer shenanigans.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
All right. We're gonna bust Phineas and Ferb once and for all.
Are we gonna do this again?
New inventions, shenanigans, innators, adventures, and songs.
Brand new summer vacation.
New Phineas and Ferb starts June 5th on Disney Channel and next day on Disney Plus on disneyplus.disney.com.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Have you heard of Olivia, the travel company for lesbians and LGBTQ+ women? You know what they say, life is short and the world is wide. And when you're a lesbian or LGBTQ+ woman, you want to be able to go on vacation, have some fun, feel safe, and be yourself. Olivia Travel creates full takeovers of their cruise, resort, riverboat, and adventure vacations so you can kiss who you want to kiss without a care in the world in your own safe space. Olivia also provides the entertainment, bringing comedians and musicians from within your community. Traveling by yourself? No problem. Olivia has a robust solos program so you can travel alone, together. Single, coupled up, or in a group, you'll meet amazing LGBTQ+ women who come from all walks of life, yet have so much in common. Join the thousands of Olivians who travel to bucket list destinations all over the world. It's life-changing to be in the majority on your own vacation. Discover Olivia for yourself at olivia.com today.
Lez Hang Out. Lez Hang Out. And let's talk about what Lez is about. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Lez Hang Out.
Hey everyone, welcome to Lez Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Leigh Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesbian is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. In season 8, we are still releasing our Patreon bonus episodes. Our last one was on Amelia Perez, and our next one will be on Bros. We are also in the middle of a big Patreon campaign right now. Once we hit 100 paid patrons, and I want to specify, it has to be paid Patreon supporters. We have quite a few of you who are on the free tier right now. There's nothing that we offer for free on Patreon, unfortunately, but Patreon has great.
But we love you.
But we love you. Thank you so much. But if you can switch from that free tier to the $5 a month tier, it makes a huge, huge difference to us. It helps us pay Kristen, our production assistant, who does a shit ton of work for this podcast. And we also have some really fun perks for you. At 100 patrons, we'll let you pick a Should've Been Gay episode. At 150 patrons, we are going to do a live Patreon-only show. And at 200 Patreon supporters, we're going to have a virtual house party for all of our patrons. So if you want to join that, you can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon.
And don't forget, if Patreon just isn't enough and a virtual house party, you're like, no, I want to hang out with you in person in France. Oh my gosh, do we have news for you? We're going to France next March 25th to 31st in 2026. You can still sign up. I love that there are people who are optimistic and hopeful about the future, like we are remaining, that we will all be partying in Paris and Bordeaux next spring. You can sign up and reserve your spot at bit.ly/LesDoFrance.
In the greater Les universe, the biggest queer event of the year has happened. Ultimatum Queer Love Season 2 has announced their cast and the release date. Happy Pride, you messy ass gays.
It's so messy and I'm so excited for it. Oh no.
I cannot wait. It's going to be a delight. Watch parties galore. Like this is our moment.
They dropped the overview of the cast, right? And you're just looking at all these people and you're like, wow, I don't know who any of you are, and I'm about to know everything
about you.
So soon. We are going to be so deep in your business. It's a little outrageous.
Yes.
And I both hate myself and love that for me. I think Ultimatum united the gays in a way that few things have since, you know? Like, we just really all came together for this beautiful moment of diving into other people's shit
Also,
and judging them for all of it.
and I watched the straight version, not the
No.
same. I'm like,
No.
you guys suck. You're horrible people. Queer version, I'm like, you know what? I get it. Do your thing. Do your thing, you toxic gays. Can't wait for another version, another season of toxic gay love. Like, cue the watch party.
Also, shout out to friend of the pod, Mari, who helped cast this season, because I don't know how do you pick from all the messy lesbians out there?
Lesbians deserve bad representation too, Leigh.
And we're about to get more of it, and I'm so excited.
Yes. Also, in the Greater Les universe, Renee Rapp just released a new single. Have you heard it, Leigh?
I haven't. I'm a bad gay. I'm a bad gay.
Listen immediately. It dropped today. I listened to it at like 10 a.m. Like, I was so early. Bailey sent it to me, and like immediately we listened. It's giving like Joan Jett. It's sort of an interesting vibe.
Okay. Giving Joan Jett how?
Like Cherry Bomb. And there's a line in it that's basically completely shading sex lives of college girls, and I'm here for it.
Incredible. That's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Leigh.
Thanks, Ellie and Leigh, and welcome to our 148th installment of Should've Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, you gotta know what's coming, Ellie. That girl is on fire!
Fire, fire.
She's screaming on fire!
Girl got set on fire so many times.
So much.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Everyone's on fire.
I know.
Good Lord. We are here today to dive into the 2024 Netflix smash hit, Damsel.
Damsel. I mean, is it? I had not heard of it until we decided to do this. Is it a smash hit? What's the consensus?
Legitimately don't know, but if it's not, it really should be. It really should be. This movie is queer culture, and I will absolutely die on this hill.
Yeah, 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm sorry to say, Leigh, it didn't do super
Incorrect, Rotten Tomatoes. Incorrect. We are going to have a lot to say about it, starting with our IMDb synopsis, which is as follows. A dutiful damsel agrees to marry a handsome prince, only to find the royal family has recruited her as a sacrifice to repay an ancient debt.
I mean, true.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
Close.
I feel like they go a little heavy on the handsome prince. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
a mediocre prince. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's
Forgettable.
acceptable. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Prince and
couldn't
prince.
tell you anything about his personality except he has strong arms.
Yeah, he must because she's fucking jacked. Anyways, we're going to talk about it. Hit me with your gay synopsis, Ellie.
Okay, here's my thing. All of the men in Damsel are so horrific that Millie Bobby Brown would rather fall in love with the dragon than them.
So true. So
That's
true.
my synopsis.
I'm so glad that we landed in the same place on this because
who else is there to ship, you know? Like,
my gay synopsis is can we make enemies to lovers work with a legit dragon? We're going to find out.
we're going to work on it.
Yeah. We're here to workshop and find out.
Is this our first episode where we have considered bestiality? ? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think we
must have gone there before.
We've gone there before. We know, we have. If we have, and you've been here for a long time, let us know. I feel like we have. I just can't remember.
You know how this is for us, Ellie. So much of this podcast becomes an immediate fever dream in my head. What have we talked about? I don't even know.
Couldn't
Who
tell
are
you.
you? Never met you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Let's talk about how this girl clearly wants to fuck this dragon.
Okay. Here's the thing. I have a feeling that this is a movie that maybe everyone hasn't seen yet.
Yeah,
which
it
honestly,
it was a little bit of a deep cut, I think.
do yourself a favor because it's on Netflix. It's right there. It is readily available. And honestly, I had a blast watching it. I'm not going to lie. Plot holes, enormous. Don't question them. Don't even worry about it. What I would like to do is maybe give like a real quick recap.
Great. I'm in.
Of this movie, which I think will be okay. I feel like we have to, honestly, I feel like I could do a real deep dive into the plot of this movie. I'm going to say a solid 50 to 60% of this movie is just summed up as Millie Bobby Brown grunts in caves.
Yes.
So-
I was like, will she ever stop screaming? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to give a quick plot overview, and then we can talk about why this movie is gay culture, because it legitimately is. So we open on a TikTok where Millie Bobby Brown is that lesbian who chops wood.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, oh, she's just a flannel away. They hadn't invented flannel yet. It's the Middle Ages. Like, she is just a tripod and a flannel away from being that thirst trap lesbian. Okay?
They were not trying to straight coat this girl.
No, she's just full axe wood, right? Jacked, because I think it's important that they establish, it's very important for the plot that she be jacked as shit.
To be fair, it is important for the plot. You're correct.
So
she pulls herself up on a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you had not had this
the
opening
upper body
scene,
strength of Millie Bobby Brown
it's out of control.
It's wild.
The suspension of disbelief would have been crazy if they hadn't shown you that you're like, oh, this is a princess who lives in a barren, frozen wasteland tundra where she has nothing to do all day but chop wood, right?
And do push-ups. That's it.
Yeah, we needed a full Rocky montage of Elodie just like pounding out some chin-ups. Like,
yes,
honestly,
the training that it took for her to survive this ordeal,
crazy.
Lesbian. Only a lesbian could have made it out of that cave. We'll get there.
So
we'll
true.
Get there.
So okay, so she's chopping wood. We've made it 4 seconds into this movie, and we're doing fantastic. Okay,
yes, you got
she's
this.
chopping wood. So we have established a few things. Her home country has basically dead trees, snow, and nothing else.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, except for one other thing, it has a cute little sister.
True.
Her name is Floria. She is very much the what's her face of this movie. What's Katniss's little sister?
Oh yeah, couldn't tell you. Yes, that's her. The girl with the braids.
Yeah. That's her. I'm like, it's Rue. It's not Rue. It's the other one. What's her name? Well, it'll come to us in 20 minutes. Don't worry. So, okay. So we have the little sister. Very important. And Millie Bobby Brown finishes chopping wood for the starving peasants of her homeland and goes to see her father, who is talking to a creepy Gilead matron in a dress, who's like, she'll do. Always a bad sign.
She'll do.
She'll do. Yeah, acceptable.
They do not give a fuck who this princess is, and we know this. We have established this from the beginning.
Oh, I like how I totally skipped the plot with the king. There's a dragon. He killed a bunch of guys. She killed a bunch of guys, I guess. We don't know that yet. But, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me back up. There's a dragon. The dragon killed a king, set all of his men on fire, and then it's like centuries later. Okay, that's it. Then we meet Millie Bobby Brown and her arms.
Yes.
So she meets this Gilead matron who is like, she'll do. And Elodie's like, what, WTF, Dad? And he's like, oh, great. We have a proposal of marriage from this prince of this bountiful land of Aurea. And she's like, I'd
also just like to say, Aurea does not sound like a it sounds like a disease.
It sounds like a venereal disease.
Yes, it really
right?
does. It really does. But yes, we're gonna go to the land of Aurea.
Yes. And so they all pack up in a boat to sail out of the tundra that they live in to this beautiful, lush, green, resplendent, rich, like just the castle. It's shining. There's grass on the mountains, except for one mountain. It's the big, scary fuck off mountain that seems to be perpetually on fire. And you're like, I like how you sail into Aurea and they're like, oh, we have these creepy as fuck sculpted dragon statues that you sail through the mist with their burning mouth holes, and you sail in and
the
it's
prince
creepy.
is like, oh, you saw that?
Yeah, right.
Oh, you noticed?
Yeah.
Weird.
Like anytime you sail into, like, I'm sorry, man, if you sail into a foreign, distant land and you sail into their main port, and their main port is like a giant fucking snake sculpture with like huge fangs and like dead skeleton statues next to it, like, you assume there's a giant fucking snake in that land, right? You'd be like, oh, Snake Land. You flew me to Snake Land to marry a prince, father? Why?
Exactly.
Don't marry the snake prince. Don't marry the dragon prince. Okay?
No.
It's like, you gotta know it's a mistake, because they're all creeped out as fuck, and then they're all like, well, that was weird.
Yeah. Forget about it.
Forget
The
about
foreshadowing in this movie is so on the nose and so just like, really nobody's thinking about this. Like,
yeah. No,
but it's
silly.
Okay. Continue.
Silly. So, okay, so they go to meet this prince, and they're all, oh, the castle, they're so rich. Wow. I'm gonna live a life of luxury. Ha ha ha. Floria is like just absolutely beside herself at how lucky Elodie is, all this stuff. Okay. So they get there, they meet the royal family, which also, I mean, listen, I know we're gonna come back around to Robin Wright, but like, ugh, fucking love Robin Wright.
I know.
I don't know why.
We love a Robin Wright moment, even if she's a crazy bitch.
I feel like especially when she's a crazy bitch, it never makes her less hot.
No.
She's fucking crazy in this.
Oh, she's insane.
She's got crazy eyes. She's not even, they didn't even try to make her look attractive, and I'm still just like, would.
I would.
Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? We all would.
True.
Right? I mean, like, she's crazy in this, and I still love her. So she meets Robin Wright. Robin Wright is like, okay, thanks, Elsie, you're great. And her stepmom is like, something seems off here, right? Mm-hmm. So she meets Henry, who is the extremely milquetoast forgettable prince of this movie.
So
and he's
boring.
like, my mom won't let me get a hot haircut, and I'm sad all the time. And I want to run away and see the world. And Elodie's like, me too. And you're like, oh, Elodie.
Girl.
You're going to have a rough time in this movie.
You're going to see some shit, but it's not the world.
You're going to go through some shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they get married, and she immediately is whisked up the top of this scary, ominous, looming mountain in the distance of their homeland of Aurea, where they're all in creepy fucking gold masks, which, like, once again, girl, run. When you walk up a mountain to a horrific chasm with a bridge, and they're like, oh, take this coin and toss it into the chasm to repay our debts that were owed, and they're all wearing fucking creepy dragon gold masks. Like, get out. That is, they're just, the red flags are so
the fact that
numerous.
she does not notice a red flag until she literally is at the bottom of the pit made me laugh.
Even then, she's at the bottom of the pit being like, help, I fell. And you're like, girl,
he threw you in. But yeah,
girl,
continue.
read the room. It's cold and empty except for a dragon. Like, what do you think is happening here? So yeah, so she goes up, and they tell her this story about how, their ancient king who came to slay the beast, and instead the beast was like, you have to give us your 3 daughters. And so the king saved his land by sacrificing his 3 daughters to this dragon. And now what they seem to do is make their absolute, like, just nothing of a son marry a bunch of girls, and they slice their palms to mix their royal blood with the peasant blood that they let him marry, and then they chuck these girls in a fucking pit with a dragon. That's the plan, okay? So they chuck Elodie in the pit with a dragon, and yeah, Elodie falls 125 feet. Plot point number 1.
Yes, how did she survive the fall?
How
Nobody
does
knows.
everyone seem to survive this fall? Like, she is not the only one who survives that fall. Everyone seemingly survives that fall. All of the other women survived that fall. Floria fucking survives that fall, right? Well, Floria probably just floats. I don't think she doesn't weigh very much. She's
You were correct.
just like a little feather. Going down to the bottom. So they all survive this absolute plunging drop into the dragon pit, right? Where then Elodie comes face to face with a giant, terrifying fucking dragon, right? And then runs away, has a rough time. That girl is on fire. Straight up.
Burnt to shit.
To shit on fire. And sort of, navigates her way through all these little tunnels in this cave. She's trying to stay alive. She's ripping herself out of the 48 layers of petticoats that she has on. She is... okay, I'm going to say time number one, first time that we have to realize how fucking jacked she is when she pulls that little sort of not really knife, like the breast knife.
Yes.
Out of her corset, right? And she's like hauling her way up that sliding drop that she tries to like jump into that first cavern, and she just keeps hammering this knife down, like single hand, just keeps being like shoving this knife into rock,
full rock face,
right? And then hauling her entire body weight up it, and then ripping the knife out and slamming it down farther up before she can slide down into nothingness, and like hauling her whole body weight. Which was time number one where I was just like, man, that's a good thing they gave us that wood chopping scene. Because honestly, this would be hard to buy. It also is the point of like,
the dragon also says, I'm like, I know you're still giving the synopsis, but the dragon's like, the last one lasted way less than you. And I'm like, because that last one was straight.
Yeah. Questionable. I have some thoughts on her anyways. It's
valid,
fine.
But continue.
So Elodie's really doing the most. She is staying alive. I also love how she gets fully burnt, like her entire leg gets burned with dragon fire, and she's just like, oh no, better haul myself up this rock cliff, she falls down like another pit or something.
So many times she's sliding around
so much.
It's like giving Goonies, but terrifying.
And here's what I love about movies like this is you're watching it, right? And like everyone, you watch movies like this, and in your head you're like, yeah, I could do that. Bitch, I could do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, throw me down a pit, I'd be fine.
I don't know I don't know how you say everyone. I physically watched this movie and I'm like, dead.
Well, but here's the thing. So you're watching it and you're like, yeah, of course. Like I would have to survive too. You do what you got to do. And then this morning I was packing the girls' lunch, and so they have little thermoses, and you like fill the thermoses up with hot water to like heat them up first, and then so you can like put the food in, it stays hot. So this morning I was like, I filled up the thermoses, and then I like turned around, and Eloise like ran into my hand, and I got one singular drop of like boiling water out of the thermos onto my palm, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, no, that...
And then I'm, like, running my hand under cold water, being like, oh, no, what if I burned? And I was like, okay, so maybe I wouldn't have it, actually. Maybe I wouldn't, because this girl straight up is like, my leg looks like a fucking hot dog, and I'm just gonna, like, just push on.
Just keep going.
Just carry on, right?
Just keep going.
Yeah.
I will say, this was the section of the film that I was so bored during.
Boy, you must have had a rough time with this movie. That's like, I swear to God, 75% of this movie.
I was like,
75% of this movie is Millie Bobby Brown fell onto a rock floor from at least 50 feet in the air, screamed a lot, got burned, and like grunted at you. That's the movie.
Yes, and I was like, how long is she going to scream for?
So long.
Yes.
It's so, I want to know how much time, because the thing is there's so much of this movie where there's nobody else there. I'm like, did you just stick Millie Bobby Brown in a cave and make her scream for like 4 weeks?
Yes.
What was filming this like for her? It sounds terrible.
Yes, but continue with the plot, yes.
Continue. They're like, Millie, we would like you to just go in this dark cave with progressively less clothing and more dirt on you. Please... Could you scream a little louder, more from the heart, you know?
Girl,
more scream. Like you're in agonizing pain, please.
Girl is screaming. It was a lot of screaming.
Girl is screaming so much. Okay, Millie Bobby Brown, Elodie. So she is sort of like navigating these caves, right? She's like in all these tunnels, doing all this stuff. She sort of finds this safe cave which she knows because scratched into the rock wall
It says
inside
safe.
this cave, it says safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which I also just find great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she finds this little cave where she's chilling and all of these names scratched in the rock. It also was giving me straight Fear Street vibes, which I was here for.
Mm-hmm. These
Right,
are all
just-
the witches that came before, basically.
Yeah,
Mhm.
secret caves, secret names, all these girls who came before you. And she's like, all these other women, who were you? Also very V for Vendetta vibes. Like we've
Mhm.
got, what was her name? Victoria?
Yes.
I think it's
can't-
Victoria. So
yeah.
right, so we're building this lore. Elodie is somehow miraculously not just straight going into shock and like shivering like a little mess at the bottom of this cave. She's like, wow, names, women, V, who's V? Safe,
Mhm.
there's a map of the caves. Oh, okay.
This movie's ridiculous to me.
This
but
movie's
yes.
ridiculous. So here's the thing. She finds this map, and the map, she's like, oh, I'm here. This is where I went. Then I love how she's able to think through the fact that she was like, when I
When
on
I was
fire,
when I was set on fire,
rolled-
that was the little tunnel.
yeah, when
Oh,
I rolled my way through a cave on fire and fell down a like 100-foot vertical shaft onto my face, that
That's
must
the
have been
entrance.
right here.
Yes. When all those birds were on fire,
Yeah.
that was the bird sanctuary.
the bird room. Yeah, she gives them all cute little names, and she's like, "Oh, the bird room." She straight up is like Eloise when you take her to a zoo. She's like, "Oh, a map? I love it. Where am I? Where's my little arrow? You
Mhm.
are here." Okay, so she's figuring out. She's like, "Oh, I must be down here with my little grab bag of inexplicably glowing, miraculous healing bugs."
Of course.
Of course. Of course, this cave is native population 800,000 little blue glow bugs that also heal wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Exactly.
Because that's not even the most ridiculous thing that's going to happen in this movie. You know?
No. It gets so
So-
crazy towards the end. But yeah, continue.
It's so crazy. So anyway, so she's down there. She's got her little bag of bugs that she's cuddling like it's her, like teddy bear. She goes to sleep, dreams all of these women who came before her again. Why? How? Questions we don't need to ask.
No.
Okay?
The gay spirits come to her. It's like,
Yeah.
it's very much giving like, my queer ancestors before me.
All she needs is her in a like the little pool of water, like, when will my reflection show? Okay, so she's dreaming all the girls who came before her, and they're passing on messages. Victoria is like, it's a lie. What's a lie? We don't know yet. How does she know what Victoria
Heteronormativity.
looks like? It's all in her head. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Yes.
Heteronormativity. It's a lie. So true.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. If you've ever shopped online, and let's face it, who hasn't? Chances are you've bought something from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes things easier, and not just for shoppers. They make it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from day dot with hundreds of beautiful ready-to-go templates to express your brand style so you can get up and running fast. You can tackle your important tasks, from inventory to payments to analytics and more, all in one place. You can also spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools built for you to find and keep new customers. And remember that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know and love it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
So she wakes up and she's like, oh, wow, the glowy bugs fixed my leg. How convenient. Thank God, because otherwise we would have had to buy that she does this next thing with also a still burned to, like, mangled flesh leg, which really would have been just too much to imagine. So she reads this little map and she's like, okay, I came down the bird room. I fell down the vertical shaft. I drank sludge water. I went into here. I slept. I hallucinated other women. Now I can see that over here, there's one room with the sun. That must be outside. Someone made it outside. Now, what I love, Elodie, is that you believe that somebody made it outside and then came back
in to draw the sun.
To scratch the path into the wall instead of just getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Now, still not going to be any less funny when we describe what is actually the case, which is she follows this map, which I love how much time they spend on Millie Bobby Brown grunting in caves, and yet her following this map takes 0.5 seconds. She's like, okay, music note, crystals, sunlight. And then she's like, okay, go through this cave. A whistle, music note. Oh, look, crystals. Oh, look, the sun's up there. I was like, what? You literally could have just had her walk out. Like, there did not need to be a map, okay?
No.
Okay, so she walks...
They did not need to be all the screaming either, but here we go.
No. But then the movie would be 10 minutes long, and then what would we do? You know,
You're correct,
a short starring Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, so she walks 14 steps into the next room over, apparently, which is a giant, again, vertical shaft. I'm going to say conservatively, what do we think? 200 feet high?
Oh, for sure.
200 feet high. Circular tube encrusted with razor sharp crystal shards on all surfaces with a little hint of sunlight at the top, right?
And a crown.
Yes, very important. And so she's like, freedom. Proceeds to just wrap her feet in like some extra fabric and then straight up haul her ass up 200 feet.
Yes, the arm strength, Millie Bobby.
Listen, Kelsey and I, we have been getting back into going rock climbing lately. We've been taking the girls a lot. And, like, I would just like you to know that when we have to climb the world's easiest handholds up perhaps 15 feet in the air, and you get to the top and you're like, I can't move my arms anymore. My arms are noodle arms. I can't use my hands.
Exactly. And Millie Bobby Brown makes it all the way up with a dragon chasing her.
Yes. Dragon chasing her. Rock razor sharp crystals just slicing her hands up. She's climbing using a metal crown, which she keeps hooking over like a single crystal shard. And then just straight, like just dead lifting, like just straight arm lifting herself, full body weight, up to the next thing. It is wild. Again, so important that we had the very important exposition of how much she chops wood, because truthfully,
those are some lesbian arms, Leigh.
It would be hard to buy otherwise, right? So she gets up to the top and she's like, oh, it's not salvation. It is a teeny tiny little hole in this rock face to a dead, like, complete death summit plummet, like, to just off the side of this cliff. Again, questions. What happened to Victoria? Did Victoria then climb back down the cave?
To draw sun?
To draw
Why would you tell anyone to go there?
Right? If you crawled back to draw the sun, wouldn't you think you'd come back and, like, put a big X over it?
And say, unsafe, don't go.
Don't do it.
She did write unsafe up there, but, like, you would have to climb up to see unsafe.
Yes. Write it at the bottom, Victoria.
Damn it, Victoria.
God damn it, Victoria. So much drama, that girl. So Millie Bobby Brown has a little cry, right? And she's like, oh my God, I can't get out this way. But as she's about to be eaten by the dragon hears other people entering the cave, and it's Father. Father has come to save you. Father has enlisted some poor fucking saps.
Mm-hmm. Which also, okay, to clarify, Father also knew she was about to be a sacrifice. Father sold her.
Yeah, he did sell her, and he thought he could live with himself because he was like, oh, my daughter will get fed to a dragon, but my people will
survive.
Have food,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can't do it. So he comes up to try to save her. It doesn't go well. Doesn't go well. A lot of men get squished by a dragon.
Yep.
Right? So Elodie somehow gets back down to the main cave. Again, I feel like they gloss over a lot of that.
The shards of glass that she would have to get back down, yes.
Yeah. But she does come across a room where she finds 3 little dead baby dragons.
I know.
Sad little baby dragons. And therefore she intuits, it's all a lie, the story that they told me. The king didn't just come here unprovoked. He came and they killed this poor dragon's babies. And then the dragon asked for 3 daughters in return for her 3 daughters, and these are bad people. And I'm like, it took you this long?
I know. I'm like, girl, they already were bad people because they put 3 in the pit.
Yeah. Yes. It's okay. So anyways, Elodie's dad doesn't make it. None of those men survive, but Elodie does escape by once again, just straight arming her way up a rope. 300 feet in the air. Remember high school gym class where you had to do the rope climb, and you're like, can you physically get your body a full 5 feet off the ground up a rope? Right?
Girl does 150.
Get Elodie in like a Cirque du Soleil or something. This girl,
like, seriously,
is crazy.
This is aerial acrobats, please. Did you ever you had to do that?
Rope climb? Yeah.
I don't think I ever physically had to do that. We never did a rope climb. I feel like I've only ever seen it in like a high school film, you know?
No, I feel like we definitely did. I just don't think most people could do it.
Yeah, it's like, why would you ever be able to do that?
Yeah, it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
Okay,
and she's like, well, listen, I'm a little tuckered out after my 200-foot crystal shard climb to death. So, I guess I'll take it a little slow. But, like, no, she just hauls her fucking self out of this pit onto a horse and then goes and hides under a rock for a while. While that's happening, Robin Wright is hot and angry. She is pissed because she can see that the dragon is angry. And so she's like, that uppity girl, right?
I knew that lesbian would be trouble.
She should have known. Honestly, she should have known. So they steal Floria off the boat. They like stab the stepmother and they drag Floria up and toss her in the pit, which finally the Milquetoast Prince at least has enough of a conscience to be like, this girl is legitimately 10 years old. Like, what are you doing here? Right? So they toss Floria down, who again, also does not die.
Yes.
300-foot fall onto solid stone. Not enough to kill anybody in this country.
No.
They're hardy princes. They're hardy stock up in the north, They're made of strong stuff. So, toss Floria down. Elodie's trying to, like, finally make her way back home, and instead she runs into her stepmother, who is, like,
stabbed,
bleeding, bleeding out the gut, and is like, I'm okay, but they took your sister. And so Elodie's like, fucking hell. Gotta get back on a horse. Gotta go haul my way back up into the dragon pit to deal with the dragon. And so she's like, but I'm ready now. I'm gonna give myself a straight up fucking Mulan gay haircut.
The hair. Why did she need to cut her hair?
Because
no
it's
other
hot.
reason. I know, but no other reason other than she's gay. But continue.
Yeah. She's setting traps. She's like, I've got a sword and a scabbard and a thing, and I've got this, and I'm tying ropes around myself, and I'm like, I've lost fully all of the clothes now. I'm in like the skimpiest of the outfits I'm gonna be in all movie. I'm covered in so much fucking dirt, right?
Yep. It's giving Lara Croft.
It really is. I'm gonna go save my sister. And so she does. She like goes down. She rescues Floria. She's fighting this dragon. And she's trying to explain to the dragon, which I don't think she does quite aggressively enough, right? Because she's like, you've been lied to. And the dragon's like, no, I'm going to kill you and kill your sister, right? And then she fucking blinds this dragon in the eye. She fucking burns this dragon with her own fire. And then after all of that is like, oh, look, they cut my palm and my sister has the same thing. And I'm like, that dragon's fully blind now. Like,
you should have done that earlier.
You completely stabbed one eye with a knife and then you set the other eye on fire and you're like, now look at my palm. And I'm like, maybe you could have just led with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you could have just had a conversation instead of stabbing.
It's a classic gay misunderstanding, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you thought I was straight, but look, I'm bi.
I'm bi. Look, short nails. She's like, look at these forearms. These are made of solid rock, and it's not just chopping wood, okay? So she straight up almost kills this dragon, and is like, they lied to you. You've been killing other people's daughters too. And the dragon's like, then end it, in this sultry dragon voice that she's had the whole movie for no explicable reason either. Finally, Elodie is like, no, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to go get my 800 glowworm buddies. They're going to heal you up, and we are going to go burn the fuck
city
out of this city, and then ride home on the sunset together, which, like, honestly...
Enemies to lovers, baby.
Enemies to lovers. So, okay. Anything important I missed? I think that's the main highlights.
You hit them all. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, let's take a quick break and then come back and talk about how fucking gay Elodie is.
Have you heard of Olivia, the travel company for lesbians and LGBTQ plus women? You know what they say, life is short and the world is wide. And when you're a lesbian or LGBTQ plus woman, you want to be able to go on vacation, have some fun, feel safe, and be yourself. Olivia Travel creates full takeovers of their cruise, resort, riverboat, and adventure vacations so you can kiss who you want to kiss without a care in the world in your own safe space. Olivia also provides the entertainment, bringing comedians and musicians from within your community. Traveling by yourself? No problem. Olivia has a robust solos program so you can travel alone, together. Single, coupled up, or in a group, you'll meet amazing LGBTQ plus women who come from all walks of life, yet have so much in common. Join the thousands of Olivians who travel to bucket list destinations all over the world. It's life-changing to be in the majority on your own vacation. Discover Olivia for yourself at olivia.com today.
Let's hang out.
Okay, kick us off, Ellie. Where do you want to start with the gay in this movie? Because there's honestly so much.
Okay, there is so much. I mean, I feel as though, let's just talk about her being betrothed to this man. So she ends up, her father's like, you have to marry this man, right? And she's like, I will do it, but I don't want to. And I feel like that is always the start of the gay princess storyline.
Yeah.
Is like, it's giving like Merida and Brave. It's giving 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
She is giving.
She's pissed. He's like, we found a husband for you. And you can just tell her face is like, you fucking what?
She's like, I did not ask for a husband. I did not want a husband.
Yeah.
This is a reluctant princess, which I feel like they say often, right? Like, she's walking with this man and she's like, I don't want to be married to you. And he's like, wait, what?
She straight up tells him, too.
Yes.
He's like, oh, you can ask me any questions. And she's like, what do you think of me? And he's like, what? And she's like, I just want to know, like, I'm being sold to you, basically, against my will. So, like, I just want to know if you like me at all. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and he's like, I thought you were like every other princess who, like, just wanted to be with me. So I feel like there's already this, like, weird thing between the two of them before he throws her into the pit. That's, like, that's very much, like, she can ride horses. She is, like, the archetype of, like, I'm not like other girls.
Yeah. I also feel like you can tell she's trying to suss out, like, are you going to be an acceptable beard for me? You know? She's like, oh, let's run away and, like, ride horses. Can you ride a horse? Because I'm pretty damn good on a horse. You know? She's like, I want to see the world. Do you want to see the world? Like, can we travel around and, like, fuck other people?
Exactly. Like, she really is just trying to see, like, is this going to be absolutely miserable for me?
Right.
Or, like, are you going to be a cool dude that I can hang with?
Yeah, and it's so funny because you can always tell too where it's like Floria boy crazy, right?
Yes.
Like when they're going through like, oh, what do you hope about your husband? And she's like, well, I hope he's well read and kind. And Floria's like, hot, and she's like, who would care?
Yeah, she's like, I could give two shits if that man is attractive because I don't want to fuck him.
Yeah, she's like, I will never be sleeping with this man, so that is unimportant to me. But you know.
Yeah,
I'd like
she's
to have good conversation before I go off and like, you know, fuck someone in the like fuck a nice wench in the tavern. Like, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, she's already from the beginning giving like does not want to be with this man. And then I mean, even more so once she gets thrown in the pit, of course she's like, all right, don't want to be with that man.
Mm-hmm. You know what else I think is funny? Even before the pit. So remember the first girl that he marries? I feel like Elodie gets to that castle, right? And it's kind of like, oh, I mean, I have to marry a man, but like the castle's kind of nice and like my people won't be starving and like maybe he won't be the fucking worst. And then she walks out onto her balcony and she looks down to this other balcony across from hers and there's this other girl there. And I feel like you can just see Elodie's thought process being like, maybe he's got a sister?
Yes.
She's like, oh, who's that? Who's that over there? Are we going to be a family? Wink, wink. Are we going to be
Are we going to be sister wives?
Oh, hot stuff. Like, you can just tell she has not looked excited about anything this whole movie until that girl shows up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, which girl? You mean the girl at the end or the girl at the beginning?
No, the girl at the beginning. The first girl. So, because she sees that girl. Right? She sees her out the balcony, and then that night she sees the fire up in the mountain, which is clearly that girl getting eaten by a dragon. But so it's like they just had him marry like one right after the other, like one day, like
every
boom,
single
boom,
day.
Boom, every day.
She comes back. When she comes back after the dragon thing, there's another girl.
He's marrying someone else. They're so fucking gross. Yeah, they don't waste any time. Right?
It's crazy.
Which is also like, okay, sorry, listen. Not to besmirch this dragon's honor, but like, you can't tell.
Yeah.
You can't tell that these girls look nothing alike, are all mysteriously the same age, roughly, right? And like, they just all get tossed in one right after the other. Like, you just think that generation after generation, this family
is having like 10 children.
Has just birthed triplets who look nothing alike every fucking generation.
It makes no. The plot holes are
makes
strong.
no sense. Yeah. I'm getting too hung up on it, and I shouldn't. You're right.
But yes, what else is gay about Elodie?
Okay, so she sees that girl, and she gets super excited. And then she finds that girl's dead body in the dragon cave, and she's very upset, which, like, of course.
Valid. Yeah, because she thought she was going to fuck her, and now she's dead.
It's such, honestly, you know, it's like such a cock blocker when you think you're gonna hook up with a girl and then they get burned to death by a dragon.
Exactly.
Truly
they get burned
disappointing.
to death by a dragon who like you don't even realize is gonna be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like that's rough.
It's rough.
It's rough.
Hey man, sometimes love finds you in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes love just like hits you like a bolt of fire, you know?
Sometimes love is a rolling wave of fire in a dark cave full of worms.
Exactly. But yes, I also think to go back to the dragon of it all, I don't even give, like, we're just leaning into this, like, dragon, like, forget about the
100%.
bestiality. But this dragon and Elodie, both, I feel like, are very similar. And they realize they're similar throughout this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the dragon is misunderstood, right? A misunderstood lesbian who's like, you don't understand. My heart has turned, it's like the Grinch. My heart has turned black as stone because I used to have children. I used to have love in my heart, right? And then these heteros took everything from me. And my response is to say, like, burn it to the ground. Like, fuck these people. Give me your offspring. I'll kill them. Elodie, her trajectory is like, oh, maybe I could beard up and like live in this heteronormative world. And she realizes by being in the cave with the dragon that no, these hetero people are horrible.
Yeah.
And really, her ally is not this heteronormative society. It is the dragon. And they can burn it down together.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful, beautiful love story.
You know, this isn't the allegory of the cave that I think most people are familiar with, but I'm kind of digging this right now, right? Where it's like, yeah, Elodie gets shipped across, like halfway across the world, and she's like, do I want to go and marry this man? No. She's trying to talk herself into it. She's like, maybe he'll have a hot sister, which honestly, I mean, happens in Hollywood enough, Elodie. You're not wrong, right? It happened for Emily Dickinson. It could happen for you, you know? So she's trying to talk herself into it. And I just love the idea of like the PSA that this is for young queer girls who are like, maybe comp het won't be so bad for me. And it's like immediate thrown to your death.
Yes.
It's like you thought you could get through this unscathed, and now here you are, leg burned to a crisp and a dragon after you after plunging 300 feet to your death. Like,
exactly. It's like heteronormativity. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
It's only going to cause you pain.
And I also think, because it also still works, where it's like, she does it, and then she's like, maybe I can be free. And then she's like, nope, my sister, I gotta go back in the closet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back to the belly of the beast. And like, yeah, I really think that this is a pretty strong indictment of heterosexuality, comp het.
I agree. Well, and you could say, too, she goes back and she reclaims her gayness, right? Because she cuts all her hair off.
She's fully lost the wedding dress by now. That thing is a distant memory.
And only then is she able to fight this dragon, right? She fights the dragon and she's like fighting against gayness. And then she's like about to stab the gayness and destroy it, right? She's like, no, I'm not gay. You took my sister. And then she looks the helpless gay dragon in the eyes and says, what am I doing? Why am I fighting my own kind?
You know what she says? She says, I'm done doing what I'm told.
Exactly. I am done doing what I'm told. I'm going to save your gay ass.
Yeah.
And we are going to kill the straights.
I gave myself this hot gay haircut.
Come with me. Let's destroy the system that has been holding both of us down. And then I forget too, how does it end?
Okay, so she comes back. She burns
everything. And then there's
Okay, so she walks in on the next wedding, which also awkward. So awkward when you're getting married and your yesterday's bride shows up.
I know.
Shows up looking like a truck ran her over and then set her on fire, right? So she shows up, and then Robin Wright is like, you think we should be afraid of you? And she's like, I don't think you should be afraid of me. Fucking dragon. Just points upward to the dragon that's about to melt all their fucking faces off. Also so satisfying. And then we get this like cut to some number of days and or hours later, honestly, in this movie. It could be anyone, where she is like all cleaned up. Her cute little gay haircut is all cleaned up now. She's back in actual clothes, and she's going back on the boat with her stepmother and Floria, and they're like, we're gonna go run our country now. And they're sailing back over the ocean, and she like looks over to where her little dragon girlfriend is like just flying over the water, like right next to this boat. And I'm like,
you
what? U-Haul The first U-Hauls were sailing vessels. It's so true.
Exactly. But I do feel like it is so satisfying that she's like, killed you all, burned you with my dragon. I'm gonna take all your gold and go back to being gay.
You know what I found really satisfying about it is because I feel like you and I both, we are old enough that we have watched hundreds of movies at this point in our life, where even though this prince is the least interesting, least attractive, like just milquetoast man on the planet, right? That you know, as soon as they had that scene where he's like, Floria's too young, like she's just a child. Like as soon as they showed him trying to have any ounce of like some conscience, I was like, oh fuck, is she gonna end up with this prince somehow still? despite all of this, because we've seen it happen in so many movies.
I know. I feel like,
And I
they
was
were,
like,
like it was
please
going to be Prince redemption arc, but then it
Yes.
was a dragon redemption arc.
Yes.
And that's why I think this
That's
movie is
why
so
I love
gay.
it. Because I fully was like, please don't marry that fucking prince still, because I'm going to have a hard time stomaching it. It's so bad. And instead, no, we fully watched that man burn to death.
Mhm.
And I was like, truly a gift to the gays.
That's what I'm saying. Like at the beginning when I was like, every man in this, like to have the dragon be the best romantic prospect in a film.
Yeah.
Is so gay.
I would have gone with the other girl if she didn't get burned to death, you know?
I know. Well, here's the thing. When they were because you know, when we watch it, we're like, okay, I'm trying to like really get myself in it. Like, what are we going to talk about? Like, where are we going? So when it was the flashbacks of the other girls, I immediately thought there were other girls in the cave still.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
They're eating worms and they've just been going on
Right?
worms,
I thought they
going
all were
hard on
sitting.
worms.
Yes, I thought they all were hanging in the safe space. And so she was going to go in the safe space and there'd be like a million girls for her to choose from, but we didn't get that. That was another like vision I had, which would be like Victoria, who's like the girl who was like, it's all a lie, right? Would still be alive somewhere in that cave. And then they would meet each other and they would help each other get out. And that was like another like, should have been gay if we didn't like feel like she could be with a dragon. She could be with a real girl.
To be fair, Ellie, Victoria might still be.
We don't know.
We never saw any other bodies, you know? Like, we don't know. She could still
She
be
is
around.
just hiding somewhere in there.
She's
You're
just,
so right.
how funny would it have been if there was like an end credit scene where it's just this like little old lady like poking her head out in the little cave being like, hello?
Anyone?
I've eaten
Anyone
a lot
here?
of bugs.
I'm tired and cold and wet. Can somebody please help me? Oh God, Victoria.
So funny. That'd be so funny. Yeah, no, there are not a lot of ship possibilities. And what's funny is I kind of thought, like, when you get to the scene where she doesn't kill the dragon and she's like, no, I'm going to heal you with bugs instead. And I was like, wow, I guess I'm going to have to ship Elodie and this dragon together because, like, I don't know what else I'm doing here. And then that final scene where they're literally, like, flying back home together. And I was like, oh, I guess I really am.
do ship them.
Shipping Elodie and this dragon
You don't have
together.
to.
She, like,
You want-
smirks over at her little dragon
You
girlfriend.
want to.
Yeah.
You want to.
You want to. And honestly, I feel like it might be like the best possible arc for that dragon too, because listen, when you're a gay dragon and your 3 babies got murdered and like there doesn't seem to be another donor around, like what are you going to do?
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
You just have to live the rest of your life with your girlfriend and
You gotta
like
find love.
be an aunt, you know?
She
Be the
found
cool,
love
like
in
that's
a
the cool, yeah,
hopeless
hopeless cave. Oh God.
So
It is
good.
very much giving like donkey and dragon. And like so
Yeah.
that's like what I was sort of leaning into is like who's to say that a dragon and a human girl can't be in love and live happily ever after, you know?
Not on this podcast. Not us, Ellie.
That's for sure. And this is the future conservatives are scared of. Dragons and gays getting together to burn the world down.
You think we're trying to make your kids trans, and that's a lie. We're trying to make them fuck a dragon.
Exactly.
Okay? That's the future liberals want.
I rest my case.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/Spotify.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Are there any other ships though? Because listen, I know that Robin Wright sucks in this movie, and her character's the absolute fucking worst. But I really think that Stepmother and Robin Wright could get a good hate fuck out of this if they didn't.
For sure.
Burn
They
Robin
hate
Wright
each
to
other
death.
so much, it would be so hot.
Yes. And Stepmother, I'm sorry, that the father, uninteresting, no one seems to care that much about him.
No.
She seems not attracted to him at all. But she does immediately go up and be like, since we're going to be family.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like it was giving like, hey, like, we're both gay. And Robin Wright was like, yeah, but you're not hot. And I was like, you bitch.
So
Like,
real of her. Oh my
yeah, she's like, but
God.
I don't want to fuck you. I am gay, but I wouldn't. And it's like, you would.
You would.
You would. If you weren't so focused on the bloodlust of your family, you would.
She's a crazy bitch in this.
She's so psycho.
I still love her.
She's like, you don't understand what we've gone through. Throw her in the pit. Like,
Throw her
crazy.
in the pit.
Crazy.
Listen.
What a
Everyone wants the opportunity to yell, throw her in the pit once, right?
What a wild movie.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, if you are a person who is like, I really would just love to stare at Millie Bobby Brown's arms and listen to her scream in pain for an hour,
This
perfect
is the movie for you.
Perfect movie.
Really is.
No notes.
Okay, so what are our ship names? Sorry, what are our ships? We have does the dragon have a name?
I don't think the dragon does have a name. I think it's just the dragon. Do we even know who does the voice of the dragon?
This is cracking me up. This article said, in Netflix's Damsel, the dragon stole the show. Who voices the dragon?
Yeah, it says Shorey Agdashlu. That's who voices the dragon. The dragon does not appear to have a name.
And I will say, yes, she also did a lot of other voiceovers. Kung Fu Panda, Ghostbusters, Afterlife, lots of other good shit. It's very much giving like a cougar kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
she's been alive for centuries, so yeah, that feels right.
And I do feel like the twisting of the story to have the dragon not be killed and have it be like so like mother is really, it's giving.
Oh God, I did want to talk about that when Elodie first lands in the cave and she's like, "Mother would want you to be strong," and the only thing the dragon echoes back is "Mother."
Mother.
Yeah.
Yes. It's giving like
That
RuPaul.
dragon's DTF already. Let's put it that way.
Mhm. So the ship name between Elodie and the dragon. Yes. Dragody.
Dragody.
Mm-hmm.
Hot.
And then Robin Wright's character's name is Queen Isabel. So Queen Isabel and Lady Bayford.
Babel.
Ooh, Babel is hot.
Babel.
Mm-hmm. Here for
Yeah,
it.
that's about as much as we're gonna get out of ships in this movie.
That's as far as we can go, people.
There's not much.
We're doing our best here. All right, so now when it's time for our Q and Gay.
Okay, but before we do our Q and Gays, Ellie, I feel like we do need to say Damsel should have been gay.
Should have been gay. Should have been gay. I also just right before the Q and Gay. Millie Bobby Brown has not played gay yet. I mean, except for in this film, but like actively.
Mm.
And I feel as though it's
A
something
disservice.
I think it's something we all deserve.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Here we go. Q and Gay.
Q and gay.
Question number 1. Who would you do in this movie? A. Elodie. B. Lady Bayford. C. Queen Isabel. Or D. The Dragon.
Trick question. It's all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of them.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yes.
Except for Floria. She's a child. Okay.
Honestly, Millie Bobby Brown is too young at this point, too.
So true.
Just
so true.
Yeah.
We are assuming she's 18 in this movie as a character. Notice it said Elodie and not Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay, great.
Okay. Question 2. What is the best Millie Bobby Brown arms moment in Damsel? A. Chopping wood. B. The knife climbing up the ledge. C. Climbing up the crystals. Or D. Climbing up the rope.
I feel like it's A. Chopping wood, like in terms of like best like aesthetic moment. But I feel as though the knife climb is most impressive. That was
I don't know, man.
crazy.
Climbing up that rope was pretty sick.
All right, Leigh, you're really getting all the sexual questions about this.
I'm so sorry.
What makes you most want to do the dragon? A. Voice. B. They're very hot. Fire. C. killed all those men. Or D, was really nice to Floria. Cuddled her right up in her little tail.
Yeah, a little tail nest. I'm gonna have to say it's that voice, man. She's sultry.
The voice is good.
Yeah, it's good.
The voice hits.
Okay, question 4, Ellie. What was the biggest red flag? A, the dragon statues at the port. B, using the wrong name. Or C, the gold masks.
I feel like it's A, dragon statues at port. Like, that's the moment where they should have got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, just turn the boat around.
Just go. Just leave. You should not be there. Yes. Question number 5, Leigh. How long would you last in a dragon cave? A, 5 minutes. B, 1 hour. C, you're a survivor. Or D, dead on landing.
Listen, as much as I'd like to believe good, competent, capable things about myself, like the gay audacity is strong, but like, I'm sorry, no one is surviving that fall. It's too far. It's too far onto solid rock. There's no way. There's no way.
I agree. Dead.
Dead.
Yeah, we're not making it. That's okay. Wow. What a journey. I love a dragon human girl romance, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it was I enjoyed the movie. I did have a good time.
Queer culture.
Yeah.
Damsel. Amazing. And remember, you can give us your own answers to this episode's Q&A on our Instagram at Lez Hang Out Pod. We love hearing from you and building community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. And this week, we would like to shout out Mountain Lily, who reached out to us on YouTube and commented on our Olivia episode saying that Tisha is living the dream, which you are correct.
Truly
living the dream.
We also want to shout out another YouTube user, Leigh Morell, who commented on our Inside Out 2 episode, saying that as someone with generalized anxiety disorder, hey, me too, shout out to generalized anxiety. Inside Out 2 was spot on with tackling anxiety, and Riley's anxiety attack hit them hard, which honestly, so true. But also saying, I feel a little bit less alone in my struggles, and yes, Riley was so gay, I swear, which all extremely correct. The panic attack scene in that movie, very accurate, very relatable for many of our anxiety gays out there. Just, listen, sometimes gays need anxious rep, that's all.
Are there any non-anxious gays?
It's a circle. Like, the Venn diagram circles of gays there's a lot.
If you are a gay who is not anxious out there, please let me know, because I have never met one.
Hit us up. We want we have some questions. We want to know what that's like.
You are a unicorn.
As always, we want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Sophia Phillips,
and Armani Gucci.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen.
And Andrea Doucette. Thank you so much to you and to all of our patrons. We absolutely could not keep making this podcast without all of your support.
Remember, you can also find us on all the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Lez Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at lezhangoutpod@gmail.com.
Or check out our website at lezhangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use to listen to podcasts, make sure that you subscribe. That way you'll be the first to know when new episodes go up.
We're also posting videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/lezhangoutpod to catch them.
Lez Hang Out is an independently produced show. It's hosted by us. Our audio production is done by Ellie. Our production assistant is Krista Murison. And various other podcasting shenanigans are done by me.
If you want to support the podcast, the easiest way to do that is to rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you listen. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
If you want to support us on Patreon, that is one of the best ways to make sure we can keep making this show. You get access to our Discord chat. You get access to our extra Les Trekcurricular episodes. We are in the midst of a huge push right now, so we have extra things that you can get if you join our Patreon as any paid level, like picking a Should've Been Gay episode topic for us, virtual house party, all sorts of good stuff. You can find that at bit.ly/LesPatreon.
If you want to get some Lez Hang Out merch, it's the perfect time to do it for Pride. You can get that at bit.ly/LesMerch. Show off your gay pride with all of our fun Les design.
Remember, we also have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings. You can find everywhere at Dollar Bean Prod.
Or at our website, dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to all of the episodes of our first show, The Flame, and our second show, Journey to the Heart, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
And if you want to help support us in making those musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at LSH Foster.
And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Ellie Brigida. With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh.
And
let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
The Old West is an iconic period of American history and full of legendary figures whose names still resonate today, like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Butch and Sundance, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Bass Reeves, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, the Texas Rangers, and many more. Hear all their stories on the Legends of the Old West podcast. We'll take you to Tombstone, Deadwood, and Dodge City, to the plains, mountains, and deserts for battles between the U.S. Army and Native American warriors, to dark corners for the disaster of the Donner Party, and shining summits for achievements like the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll go back to the earliest days of explorers and mountain men and head up through notorious Pinkerton agents and gunmen like Tom Horn. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. I'm Chris Wimmer. Find Legends of the Old West wherever you're listening now.